Hey everyone, this is Tom from VermiBag. So it's been a week since I did the 32-pound feeding on this mammoth. So this is what the left-hand side looks like now. You can see it's really worked over. All the paper and stuff that was on the top, I mean, it's all basically disintegrated now, and they've really eaten through even the newspaper and all the napkins. So that indentation is where I had a water bottle I just pulled out. I put a frozen water bottle in here twice during the week on each side. So this is what it looked like last week, and this is what it looks like now. So big difference. Now the right side, you can tell here too, it's really worked over. I mean, all the napkins and paper towels and stuff we put on there, newspaper, it's all gone. Again, there's an indentation here where I had a water bottle. This is what this side looked like last week, and this is what it looks like now. So definitely a big difference. So I'll set the camera up on the other side, and we'll do the left side first and see how they did on the food and see what the worm density is in the bag. So dig down in here and see what kind of worm population we have. They're definitely getting fat. Lots of worms. No food there. Kind of the same thing. Really nice density on worms. The worms are really looking good. No food at all. Now, one thing I do notice is I did get some leachate coming out the bottom of the bag now. After that heavy feeding last week, it worked its way down and started dripping out the bottom a little bit. It doesn't feel overly moist in here right now as I'm doing it, but a little bit came out. I mean, not a tremendous amount, but a little bit. And these worms really look nice. Yeah, no food. I mean, they completely devoured that food. Again, the worms are looking really, really nice. So I have food ready again for this side. I have a big container here of shredded newspaper and cardboard. So I'm going to go ahead and put in a layer of shredded newspaper and cardboard, and then I basically have two 4-pound containers of vegetable scraps that I'm going to put on this side. So I'm going to put 8 pounds on this side and 8 pounds on the other side of scraps. Then I'm also going to put 6 pounds of bedding on each side. So 16 pounds of scraps and 12 pounds of bedding at least. Maybe a little bit more bedding, I'm not sure. So again, we're over the 30-pound mark we're going to do on the feeding here because I completely went through this material. Okay, so you can tell I worked the bedding in really well into the scraps, and I actually put about 10 pounds almost of bedding material in here just now too. So then I sprinkled a little bit more shredded paper on top, trying to absorb a little bit more of that moisture. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. See how the worm density looks like on this side. So pretty much the same as on the other side. I mean, they're really distributed well just about everywhere. The material is really well worked over now. There's no food scraps at all in here. Do the exact same thing here. Lay down some bedding, or some dry bedding, put my scraps in, the 8 pounds of it, and then mix it in with some of the pre-made bedding that I make. So there you have it. That's a little over 30 pounds of scraps and bedding in the Mammoth again for the 4th week in a row now. They annihilated the 32 pounds I put in last week, so we'll take a look in a week and see how they go through this. You can tell, the bag is really starting to get full. I'm definitely going to have to harvest it here soon. But so far, the worms are just doing fabulous. I couldn't be happier. As I mentioned, the only thing is I did get a bit of leachate coming out the bottom, so the system was a lot of moisture in all that material I put in the scraps I put in last week. So I added a little bit more dry material today, so we'll see what it looks like next week. So that's all for today. This is Tom from VermiBag. Ciao.